This is, this is a tricky thing. You may be one of those lucky people who has several offers. And it's important to be careful with and act respectfully with how you communicate with law schools. So, for example, applicants nowadays tend to say, I've been offered X thousand dollars in scholarship from law school A and Y thousand dollars in scholarship law school B. Can you match them, or give me more than that? So it's kind of an unsophisticated way to present this to a law school. And there's no law school that really wants to feel like it's being bargained with. But in a way, you have to do it, but you have to do it in an appropriate manner. So be careful and professional with your conversations and correspondence with law schools where you've been permitted. If you want to persuade a law school to give you a higher scholarship, do it in a professional way and be prepared to share information about the scholarships that you're also considering, as opposed to just saying, I've received 3 higher scholarships. Some students will say, well, I can't do that. But there are really no specific restrictions on doing that. It's going to be awkward one way or the other, this bargaining process. But think about, and maybe even use that text part of your chart to really compare the benefits of the different law schools, because perhaps one is offering you more money, but it's a more expensive place to live, or one is offering you more money, but it doesn't have a specific program that another law school does have. So the scholarship isn't everything. Consider all aspects of the programs that admit you: the nature of the program, the variety of courses, the externship and clinical opportunities that you can have, location, reputation, etc. Even look at the faculty and take a look. Are there people who teach exactly what you want to be studying, who can nurture you along the way? There is nothing wrong with calling the director of international programs, and at least at most schools, and saying, I'd love to be able to talk to Professor so-and-so. Is that something that I can arrange? So think strategically and get advice from people who could give you good advice about it.
Thank you. Mons, do you want to add to anything of that?
Well, I just want to reiterate very quickly that I think in addition to everything that Diana has mentioned, you want to, if you get more than one offers, you want to understand the culture, and you want to, I think Nora from the previous session did mention that, like, you want to see, like, what is the level of responsiveness that you get from the universities? Like, how do they present themselves? Like, is this a culture? Is this an environment where you could see yourself thrive? LLM programs are rigorous programs. And if you don't live in the US and you're going to immigrate to the US, it adds another layer of challenge. I don't want to say difficulties, but it's a challenge. I remember when I first moved to the US in 2004, and I had to think in English, read in English, and speak in English all day long. Let me tell you, I was exhausted. And you want to make sure that you are able to regain some of your energy and, with the right culture, the right community. So I think you want to look into that. And that right community could be, for you, what matters the most is the location. And for example, perhaps it's the weather. Perhaps it's the access to museums and theater 24/7, whatever it is. So just like think a lot about what you need to be able to recharge.
If I can add something to that, Clemence reminded me of something I wanted to say about one of the other questions, which important things to do. And that is prepare your own application. As you'll see from many applications, whatever form they take, LSAC or otherwise, there will be short questions, and then there will be at least one essay about you or what motivates you or what you want to do as a lawyer. I will read applications where the short answers are very hard to understand, and then the essay is perfect. And what that tells me is that I have an applicant who has been using ChatGPT or AI or having someone write their essay for them. And that's not something that I want. I don't expect some folks who are applying will have outstanding English. Many people applying will have good English. It's fine for you to write your essay and to have your grammar book to correct things or that sort of thing, but don't have someone or something else write your essays, because many of us can tell that. And we may want to meet with you on Zoom, or we may want to correspond with you to further test your abilities. And I could tell you from experience that if we do meet with you to have a private discussion or a private writing session, and your abilities that you demonstrate are far from what your application implies, that may not be great for your application. I'd love to hear what Clemence's view on this is too.
Oh, absolutely. I actually run personal statements fairly frequently through ChatGPT detector. There are tons of programs. We actually at the university even have a paid services that I'm able to download the personal statement or the essay, upload that to the detector, and it tells us like, we think that this is 95% written by a human or 95% written by AI. So if we have a personal statement where we say that it's 95% written by AI and that the application overall looks good, like the transcripts are very good, letters of reference are very good, the short answers to questions, are very good, we may give a chance for their candidate. We will schedule an interview and we will ask them to write, we will be on Zoom, but to write, over 30 minutes, like an essay. We will give a prompt and to write an essay to actually be able to better assess. If the application is mediocre, I think it's really, unfortunately, if it's mediocre or average, I would say, and you're using AI to write your entire personal statement, it's going to be difficult to get a positive admissions decision.
Okay.